commit the code you find okay. When you get to a stable point that you look okay, this is good. Even if in the very
Great.
beginning of your
It's
task,
a great tip.
commit. Okay. If I can talk about
Because
my workflow, I create a plan that I divide my task in subtasks. And every subtask has create code, create tests, run text, fix it, wait for my approval. That is a rule I put there. Wait for my approval. Because if I don't put this, when it finished the first subtask, it starts the second right away. And I want to commit, right? And I say, no, I will review code, check is everything okay, and then commit. It slows my pace for sure, but it makes my code much more reliable. That's why I can put like 2,000 lines from vibe coding in production.
hmm. And
More than that. In
yeah,
one
I
week,
have a
much
question.
more than that.
Yeah, I have a question.
Yeah, just a minute. Andres said, instruct the agent to commit after the test pass. It would be a good idea, Andres, if I didn't want to check the code. Every time it stops, I go and look at the code, see if it did it right, see if it's missing something, check the tests. When I look and say, okay, it's
You
good.
want to do blind coding, right?
Yeah, I don't want to blind coding, Andres. I don't want to blind coding. Go ahead, you.
Yeah, because even if test passes, it doesn't mean that it's correct, right? You have to check if it's doing what you expect to do. And yeah, on your vibe coding process, I see that Codex. I never used Codex before, and I see that there is agent option. I don't know if it's the same as Copilot. We have ask, edit, and agent mode. Is the same
Mhm.
thing. Have you been using agent mode for this process and let it do stuff all alone?
No, it's not do all stuff all alone.
Mhm.
It's not what agent is, okay?
Mhm.
Agent is you can do you can execute functions. That's what
Yeah.
fa- that's what agent does. It can
Mhm.
execute functions. So it's important when we put an agent mode, it can execution any kind of functions, even
Uh,
create a file, edit a file,
mhm. Mhm.
look at the web, and call MCP, whatever, right? So when you use agent mode, it's important that you know that you have some kind of control what it's doing,
Uh,
right? So
uh,
for example, what does a control I do? Okay, there are some terminal commands like run tests. I leave it to run like without my
mhm.
my permission. So that's
Okay.
why I'm not okay. I'm okay. So it started and run tests and all that stuff. So when it gets to a point that it starts doing wrong stuff, like calling a different terminal command that I am not expecting, it stops because
RF.
yeah, because the cursor stops waiting for my permission,
Mhm.
right? And that's the moment that I say, "What are you doing, man?" Sometimes I yell if I say, "You don't stop when I ask it. You're not following the rules." Interesting, So sometimes we need to make sure it's following the rules. So
Yes.
I put the rules in the context and I say, follow the rules. I have to say sometimes, not always. Like
Mhm.
you saw here, but what I think it is,
Reinforce it,
I think
right?
it. Yeah, I think it is because of the context window,
Mhm.
right? It gets too big during the chat, you know.
Yeah.
So that's why it's important to plan to have small subtasks so you can restart the chat. Because if you don't restart the chat, it starts losing
Mhm.
the context. And then it starts trying to get all your previous chats to the context again. you know,
And
and
losing
sometimes you don't need it.
lots of tokens as well, right?
Exactly. It starts like using tokens that you don't need, you know, and then it starts getting lost and trying stuff that it's not correct, trying terminal command that is not correct, creating tests without using the correct style, you know. So I see that as soon as the chat starts growing. There is something interesting here in Cursor. That is this guy here. Um, you see auto run mode. You can enable auto run mode just for some commands.
Yeah. I think it's on Klein, they divided as plan and act. And I thought that uh, edit is already act, but they have this difference. Act is already
Mhm.
this agent mode. Okay,
Uh-huh.
cool. Yeah,
Yeah, and there are many of these AI tools that are already inputting this plan stage, right,
mhm.
inside the tool.
The act.
Yeah, Corso doesn't have it, so I
Mm.
have to create it, like
I
by
see.
myself, like
Mhm.
create a
Yeah.
instruction that
You
says
structure it.
create a
Yeah.
plan. Yeah, so it's, of course, if you get an AI tool that already have it, much better, right? I'm not finding here the thing that I want to show. That is the context stuff. Oh my god. Well, there is one guy here somewhere that says about the context. I'm not finding it here anymore. I don't know if they remove it
Recent updates.
because yeah,
Latest update.
yeah, maybe because this is I could choose if the chat use the entire context, like don't compress the text, send the entire context, or there is a compress here. You can, when you create a new chat with the compress chat, you can do that as well here. But yeah, I am not finding anymore. Probably they remove it. And about that you talking about here, agent. See,
Hey, that's manual. Uh,
it says agent when they can run some stuff.
mm-hmm.
Ask if they don't run anything.
On the chat. Yeah.
Manual, they suggest so you can choose. There is custom mode that you can create different what they
Oh,
can do with
cool.
it.
Okay.
So you can create a plan mode, for example.
Mm-hmm. And you put your own instructions.
Yeah, I can put my own instructions.
Cool. Yeah, that sounds
Yeah.
great.
This is really, it's interesting. I never
Yeah.
used it, okay,
Hmm?
but of course, yeah, you can. We can.
Yeah.
That's why I say it's important to know your tool.
Mm-hmm.
The same way we are doing every in our entire life as coder, as developers.
Mm-hmm.
Right? We need to know our tools. Okay, it's Copilot. Go and know Copilot from everything, right? Oh, if it's Cursor, go know Cursor. If it's Klein, go know Klein, right? Know the goodies and the and the baddies, right?
Cool. Really cool, Pedro. Yeah, you just give me some insights here how to adopt those enterprise vibe coding. Doesn't need to be vibe coding. I think have just having the prompt with the rules organized, it's very useful. You don't need to vibe code it. You can just use it as a context and then start chatting stuff. It's already guided way to